Got a sold-out crowd here. 15,000 fans expected over the weekend with 1 minute to go before the final race for Group B. Remember, Australia has won both races today. Stevie and Hannah, can anyone mix it up here? Who do you like to take down the Australians here in Group 3?
Well, I think they've certainly put their mark on today's racing so far, haven't they? But I think if Canada can get a good start, I think they can sail really well. And then obviously the Brits managed to sail through the fleet quite well, but the Bonds Flying Rouge is certainly the standout team at the moment.
Yeah, it's left spade, full spade, just upwind angle. Marginal behind Artemis.
30 seconds to go before the third and final race of Group B. There are your current standings. The Australians are perfect. They have won both races. Then you have Artemis, then you have Emirates GBR, and the US SailGP team in fourth. Top two move on to the Super Sunday event final. That's tomorrow later, but we still got a lot of races still to go, Stevie. 10 seconds to go.
Yeah, and Germany are well positioned here. North Star Canada have got some control. Rolex pole predicted on Emirates GBR, but they're going to be slow when the gun goes. Has Artemis lined up the slingshot at the bottom? All the teams are slow. Germany, Deutsche Bank out of the middle of the line. Their timing's right and they're first on the foils. How brave are they feeling on board that German boat to drop the hammer? Oh, they wind it up. Look at the speed on the top of the wing. 10 kilometers an hour quicker. They're going to roll over the top of North Star, and it's going to be Germany, Deutsche Bank leading at Mark 1, and they need this. Now we'll find out how quick the Australians are, Todd, because they're back in the pack.
The Rolex sprint leaders goes the way of the home team. Germany by Deutsche Bank with Sebastian Vettel, four-time Formula One champion, in the audience watching his team. And they hit 90 kilometers an hour, and they have the lead with North Star Canada in second, US SailGP in third, Emirates GBR in fourth, and it is the Bonds Flying Rouge in fifth.
Well, the Bonds Flying Rouge, first indication that Tom Slingsby, when he needs to, is ready to. They hit 101 at Mark 1, so first team over the 100 kilometers an hour mark in racing at Mark 1 here today. But we see the top two teams in this group are 5th and 6th. I mean, that's why you've got to love this racing in SailGP, isn't it? Because it's just anything can happen at any moment in time. But yeah, Germany are well set here. What do you reckon, Hannah? Can anyone keep the Australians behind them?
Well, I think they've put themselves in a nice position that they're in contention with that pack. I think the Brits manoeuvring here, they're going to have right of way as they come back across. They might sweep a number of boats with them towards that right-hand turn.
North Star Canada well positioned, tight in the pack. Artemis are going to have to go beyond here. It's going to be slow at the bottom for that group of 3 boats. USA, Australia and GBR potentially. Artemis followed directly behind. Surprised they've manoeuvred quite there, to be honest. They're going to end up a bit slow as well unless they spin away. Emirates GBR split the course.
At gate 2, the DP World Gate, it's Emirates GBR, the only team. Oh, check that. Artemis looks like they are also going to follow the Bonds Flying Rouge. So it's Emirates GBR on their own on the right-hand side as they head up course. We go down on the water and check in with Lisa Darman. And Lisa, we're getting reports of a possible wind shift. What are you seeing?
Yeah, I think there's a lot more pressure on the side that majority of the fleet are going to. So I think they're seeking more wind at the moment. I mean, the wind is so changeable, but the other thing that there could be going on down there is when you get a shift, you also get a favoured gate, so you can sail less distance. The only thing that's in Emirates Great Britain's hands is they're sailing their own race right now. They're in clear air, whereas for the bottom 4, they're really fighting it out and all affecting each other.
You can see here on board the US team, and despite the fact the Australians are off to the right, they will still be getting disturbed wind from this US boat. They will have their boat speed affected by the US team, so they're compromised. The only boat not compromised right now is Germany, Deutsche Bank, and well, Eric's doing a good job of making that work for them because they're doing well.
8 lanes here.
I think that's a symptom of there being really only one choice at that mark. When the wind shifts to the left-hand side, that right-hand gate mark becomes quite biased. So it becomes a little bit more follow my leader, which if you're leading is the dream. If you're back in the pack, it's a little bit harder because you have to make the most of the lane that you're in, and it's really hard work.
So Stevie, is this a case where you have to maybe roll the dice and take some chances rather than follow the leader?
It depends early on in the race. We're on board GBR and just see how tight it got in the pack here. This is coming into gate 2. See there, Slingsby, a little look over his shoulder. Get out of the way, Tash, get us up, get us up. They managed to keep the space. I mean, I was surprised the Australians, after taking the right turn, didn't manoeuvre sooner on the upwind leg. So the Australians have ended up sailing a lot of this upwind and disturbed wind. I think they had an opportunity early after gate 2 to manoeuvre. They ended up sticking themselves wide. I was surprised at that, but I don't think you roll the dice per se, Todd, because the right thing to do is the right thing to do.
So the winners of the first two races for Group B have been Australia. The Bonds Flying Roos have dominated, but right now it's the home team. Germany by Deutsche Bank out in front. 3 legs now complete as they will make the turn, and they're going to opt for the left-hand side. So it will be Eric Kostgarten-Heil, the 2-time Olympic bronze medalist in his 3rd season of SailGP, that has the lead as they head downwind.
Yeah, that'll get the fans going. That'll get the fans going. Really good job by the German team. And they're sailing back towards that side of the course. There is more wind there. Potentially going to have to do more manoeuvres going around that mark. So North Star might have a chance to gain a couple of metres on them back here. And it looks like good wind on North Star at the moment.
Giles Scott now in second. His job to try to track down Germany by Deutsche Bank. Can the Canadians get it done? Look at the speeds as Canada now pushing 93, make it 94. Do I hear 95? Yes, I do.
Well, and they're going to have the right of way when these boats meet. So I think Germany, they tried to keep things simple at the top, but they've sailed more distance and they're going really close to boundary there. Top left of the thing. We see who's going to be in the final.
Get a penalty.
Yeah, they went out of bounds. They just didn't get the board drop right. Oh, that's costly. 20 metres lost. Right of way, North Star Canada. And yeah, we see in the pack, Artemis are last still. So lead change there. Might be still an opportunity for the Germans to get back in it, but they'll be kicking themselves there. Big gust of wind where the Germans are headed right now. They might get all the way down to the mark here in one go if they get that gust of wind. That could be a mistake by North Star. Going to get carted on board Germany Deutsche Bank now. Look at the angle.
So Germany by Deutsche Bank was in first, dropped back to second, back in first for Eric Kostgarten-Heil, one of the smartest drivers out on the water. Not only is he a doctor, he's a farmer, he can fly these F-50s. Great article by Lisa Darmanin, by the way, at sailgp.com. If you haven't read it, check it out.
Yeah, well, he can't see where the boundaries are, Todd, because he just went out of boundary a minute ago, but he's done a great job of getting back into the race here, and he's leading again, and North Star follow. Fantastic news for Germany, Deutsche Bank. They've managed to pull themselves back in. US team hold on to third. Bonds Flying Roos have some points. Artemis and GBR, this could be a terrible end to their first day of racing here in Sassnitz.
Oh, and the U.S. going around that gate, the DP World Gate, have a bit of an issue. They slow down to 50 kilometers an hour, and now they'll try to build the speed once again, but they've got the great green and gold of Tom Slingsby breathing down their necks. Emirates GBR and Artemis off to the left-hand side. Remember, it's to the top of the course and a right-hand turn to the finish line. The final race of the day for Group B.
Oh, North Star Canada have gone wide on the boundary as well. They're all trying to maximise the width of the course at the bottom to try and give themselves the best chance of minimum manoeuvres. But I also think when it's this gusty and shifty, Hannah, because the boat's so unstable, when you hit the button to drop the board, it can take longer to go on the lock.
Yeah, exactly that. And I think it's really easy because they do so many manoeuvres across the weekend. You kind of get used to your timing. So when things don't quite add up, it can kind of spook the herd on board a little bit. And then those timings just getting a bit out of whack. And that's how you end up with a boundary penalty.
This bottom left.
Yeah, if it stopped right now, the two teams that would move on to the event final would be the Bonds Flying Roos, no question about it. And North Star Canada, just 1 point clear of the US SailGP team. Let's go back, Stevie, to that first race where the US had a position. They gave up 2 on the final turn, and that's 2 points.
My dad would always say when I was racing, every point counts. Doesn't matter where you come in, it's still 1 point. So you've got to get them all. North Star, but even this race for Germany, Deutsche Bank, they're right back in the mix to get to the event final with this. They'd only be 2 points off it going into Super Sunday. So fantastic for them. North Star, good control. Tricky move here for Bonds Flying Roos. They will get the right of way on the boundary. US need to do something pretty clever to hold the Bonds Flying Roos off them.
All right, as they make their way to the last gate, it is still Germany by Deutsche Bank. And Lisa Darmanin down the water. Looks like we got rain coming in. How's that going to affect this finale of the race and the next race coming up?
So when this rain moves in, big gusts come through. So for this reach that Germany's going to do to the finish past the crowd, they're going to be absolutely hammering. And then as it passes through, it might drop off a little bit for the next group, and it'll be more tricky and more volatile after the rain.
All right, thank you, Lisa. So it's Germany out in front. It looks like they're going to take the victory, but the battle I'm watching, Stevie, is on the right-hand side. North Star Canada, the USA, and the Bonds Flying Roos with Emirates GBR screaming in with Artemis as well.
Yeah, and they're both struggling to make it to that final turning mark on USA and Bonds Flying Roos. The Canadian team are putting disturbed wind onto both of them. Right of way was with the British team, and they're going to be close to them. We're going to see Germany bring it across the finish line here.
The Emirates winning moment in Group B on the third and final race of the day goes the way of the home team. Eric Koostgaardenhaal and company get it done.
Oh my Lord, everything has happened back in the pack in that moment there. They got so slow on board USA and Bond's Flying Roux. Artemis are going to get back to third. Oh, he must have whispered something nice to the wind there, Nathan Outridge, because he's picked a... Oh, you can hear that. Happy, now it's Chris Draper. I know a cheeky laugh like that. Only Draper's got that laugh, and that's because he's gone from 6th to 3rd in the blink of an eye. And the Aussies, they are faultless.
Unbelievable.
Look
at this. The U.S. looked like they were in position to possibly get 3rd. Emirates GBR slingshots around them. They will grab 4th. The Americans will have to settle for 5th.
Sometimes you get caught in a little battle with 2 boats and it opens the door for another 2 boats. Sweden, well, I mean, you've got to say it's well judged, but sometimes you get given a good hand of cards, and Outridge just played absolute poker.
It's not going to be the performance that Tom Slingsby wants, but remember, they were playing already with 2 victories on the day, so this 6th will not harm them that much. It'll just close the gap for the rest of the field and make the standings in Group B a little more spicy.
Yeah, I mean, it's great, isn't it? That's turned it all on its head. Artemis, he's going to be pretty close to the Aussies now. North Star have put themselves back in it. Every point counts, Todd.
Unbelievable. Teams that have won in Group B have also finished dead last in Group B, and that is going to change things up quite a bit as we get ready to take a look at the Group B standings. Their racing is done for the day, but what a way to finish off Saturday as the home team, Germany by Deutsche Bank, get the win in front of their home fans here in Sassnitz.